Hi, folks. I am Dan Leif, he, him pronouns, and I am co-chair of Portland Insight Meditation Center, and really happy to be here doing a little conversation with Tim Geil, who is co-guiding teacher at Seattle Insight Meditation Society. And Tim is going to be leading a day-long retreat at PIMC on Saturday, May 10th. It's called Embodying the Four Noble Truths. And yeah, Tim, we're just really excited to have you and welcome to the PIMC community.
Great, thank you. I'm excited to spend the day with the Sangha. I think I know a number of them from retreats at Cloud Mountain, and I've heard about the Sangha over many years. So I'm looking forward to seeing the space and connecting with all the members.
Yeah, and it feels like that there's a natural connection in so many ways between Seattle and Portland. So we're happy to bring that into the Dharma and specifically the insight realm. Yeah, I think it's been long overdue that we did this kind of thing.
Yes, yeah. There's a lot of commonality between the two cities, and I assume that the culture is similar too, just how we experience our practices. And I think both centers are really devoted to how do you make your practice come alive in the midst of your daily life. So it's not
Mhm.
so much go on retreat and escape, but more how do you actually work with your family, with your employment, with your friends, and make the Dharma come alive in that way.
And that leads really perfectly, I think, into the day long on May 10th, which again, it's called Embodying the Four Noble Truths. And I was wondering if you could, yeah, kind of explore that embodying part of the Four Noble Truths and certainly the Noble Truths. That is the grand poobah of the Buddha's teachings. I mean, it was the first thing he taught, and everything in a lot of ways comes back to that suffering, understanding its cause and its cessation. And yeah, how are you gonna bring this into practice on the 10th, specifically through embodying?
Yes, that's a great question. Yeah, I like to use the word embodying because we can think about the Four Noble Truths kind of as a philosophy or as a set of teachings, which, as you said, are really the foundation of Dharma practice. That there is dukkha, there's this origination of dukkha, there's a cessation of dukkha, and the path leading to that cessation. But if we just keep it as intellectual exercise or concept, it has kind of limited value. But to actually use the day to explore kind of real time, how are these different noble truths showing up? How do we turn toward the experience of dukkha or suffering? How do we start to understand the cause of it? And when I use the word embodying, it's like using the body as a template. How can I see my reactions in the body? How can I see the reactions in the mind echoed in the body? So it becomes less of an abstract concept and much more, a direct knowing. That direct knowing is what tends to transform us. And so yeah, we'll explore all the noble truths and see if there can be a deeper understanding, through Dharma talks, through guided meditations, through small group questions. I love to do that format because it makes the teachings really come alive because people are bringing forth what's most pertinent to them, where their confusion is, where their openings are, and that can be a lovely way to kind of integrate and deepen the teachings.
Yeah, and it can be so powerful, those experiences of even 10 to 15 minutes, but in a small group with a teacher and hearing, especially going into a time of deeper practice, what's coming up for you and for others. That's such uh, a resonant way to experience things.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
And you've been the co-guiding teacher at Seattle Insight since 2015. And yeah, I'd love to hear, yeah, a little bit about the community in Seattle. Again, those of us in Portland um, probably know some folks at Sims or know a little bit about it, but maybe not know anything at all. Would love to hear kind of how you all are approaching Dharma practice and
Sure.
in the here and now. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, Seattle Insight was founded back in 1998. It had been around a little bit before that and then became incorporated And we've basically been a more or less nomadic kind of Sangha going from different, renting from different places over the years. And then finally, we've moved into a full-time place that we're also renting. But we have three guiding teachers, Tori Salah and Carrie Peterson, and myself. And we're all residential retreat teachers trained through the IMS and Spirit Rock 4-year teacher training. So we do a lot of teaching at Cloud Mountain and other centers. But in terms of the Seattle Insight Sangha, we like this year are actually using the Four Noble Truths as a teaching theme throughout all our Sangha meetings. So we took a month at a time, each of the Four Noble Truths. Last Noble Truth, of course, you have 8 parts, so we're going to spend a lot of time on that aspect. But it's a we find that brings a level of cohesion and interconnection through all our teachings, and also allows people to kind of percolate and kind of marinate, if you will, in each of those noble truths. So as a teacher, as I explore the topic over a month, I start to find deeper insights arise that I can then hopefully share and help people see their own way through these Four Noble Truths.
So it's a learning experience for you as much as the students themselves, it sounds like.
Yes, it's been a very rich practice. Yeah, since Tori and I took over in 2015 as guiding teachers, we took these yearly themes, and it kind of, as a teacher, kind of forces you to look at a topic in a different way, in a deeper way, and you give a talk, and then you let it percolate, and then new insights come up around it, new ways of understanding it. So it's a very rich practice for both myself as a teacher, and I think also for our Sangha.
Well, we look forward to having you continue that percolation process. Again, the Daylong is May 10th. That's a Saturday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at PIMC at the center in Southeast Portland, as well as online. It will be a hybrid opportunity. And yeah, Tim, maybe last question is what do you hope that participants walk away from that day of immersion in Four Noble Truths? What kind of, yeah, what do you want them to walk away with?
Well, what would be wonderful is if people walked away with a deeper understanding from their own experience, not like as a concept of dukkha, but actually what does dukkha actually show up in my body, in my mind, in my heart? What's the cause of that and the cessation of that, loosening of that. So it becomes a felt sense or a direct knowing is what I would hope that people would carry away from that day.
Great. Okay, so your opportunity for a direct knowing of the Four Noble Truths, of the heart of the Buddhist teaching, really. Again, May 10th, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can register now online. And Tim, thanks so much for spending a couple minutes with me, and really looking forward to being with you on the 10th and taking this deeper.
Yes, I look forward to spending time with the Sangha. Thank you.
Thanks, Tim.